justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No racist police. No justice, no peace. No racist police. No justice, no peace. No racist police. No racist police. No justice, no peace. No racist police. No justice, no peace. No racist police. Who loves murder? Black lives matter. Who loves murder? Black lives matter. Who loves murder? Black lives matter.
I ain't got no piece of chat nothing. They can.
I can't breathe. 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 No justice. No peace. No racist police. No justice. No peace. No racist police. No peace. No racist police. White silence equals violence. Police. White silence equals violence. 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 Who loves murder? Black lives matter. Who loves murder? Black lives matter. Who loves murder? Black lives matter. No justice. No peace. No racist police. No justice. No peace. No racist police.
They left.
What do we want? Justice! What do we want it? Now! What do we need? Justice! When do we need it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we need? Justice! When do we need it? Now! Right now! Right now! Right now! Right now! We demand justice for George Floyd. Yeah. We demand justice for Mike Brown, Tahir Rice, Ahmaud Arbery. Breonna Taylor!
Jacob Blake!
Say their name!
Breonna Taylor! Trayvon Martin! Yes! Aaron Gardner! Emmett Till!
Right. Trayvon Martin! Right.
Joe Coke.
No justice!
No peace! No racist police! No justice! No peace! No racist police!
White silence equals violence!
White silence equals violence!
I love that song. Excellent. Dallas, where you at? They said they can't hear us! They said they can't hear us! No justice!
No peace! No racist police! No justice! No peace! No racist police! No justice! No peace! No racist police!
We ain't gonna let nobody turn us around. Turn us around. Turn us around. We're not gonna let nobody turn us around. We're gonna keep on marching. Keep on marching. Walking up the freedom way. Rocky Mountain, stand up.
Yes, sir.
Stand the fuck up.
Yes,
See
sir.
what he said. That's how you saw. I need you to get your phone.
We in here.
I need you to get your phone. I need you to get your phone. See, you brought that. I don't care. You brought that. That's your friend too. Right? This friend you brought. Huh? I need. See, foolish. But you did that. That's true. I blame it on you.
Don't blame me.
Yes, sir. He said, don't blame me. That's it. Don't blame me.
No peace! No racist police! No justice! No peace! No racist police! No justice! No peace!
He's throwing the gun.
No racist police!
Who loves murder?
Black lives matter!
Who loves murder?
Black lives matter!
TikTok! It's time!
No justice! No peace! No racist police! No justice! No peace! No racist police!
don't like that.
Yes, sir, police!
Who lives matter?
Black lives matter!
Who lives matter?
Black lives matter!
Yeah, that's a man.
Huh?
Black lives matter!
Well, you know who he out here for.
Huh?
You know who he out here for.
This ain't that's no black thing. This is an equality thing.
Equal lottery. What is it? I need you to get your friend.
All right, y'all come around. Y'all come around. Come down. Come down here. Everybody in the Black Action Committee. Everybody in the Rocky Mountain Black Action Committee. Come back. If you have a sign, if you want to stand behind us, come back here. Let's crowd around this way. Let's crowd around down the hill.
Y'all need people down well. We need somebody else.
Social distancing!
We practicing social distancing. Make sure you spread out apart. Y'all come around. Thank y'all for gathering here today. We here for a purpose. Why? Because who lives matter?
Black lives matter!
Who lives matter?
Black lives matter!
No justice?
No peace!
No racist
Police!
No justice?
No peace! No racist police!
It's time to work, y'all. We've been quiet enough. We've been on our social media. We've been with our friends and our enemies. We've had a conversation. Are they listening?
No!
Are they listening?
No!
Well, it's time for them to hear us now. We're going to have a peaceful protest. This is a peaceful assembly. And we here stand together, united, in solidarity. Are you with us?
Yes!
Who lives matter?
Black lives matter!
Who lives matter?
Black lives matter!
Our lives matter. Your life matters. Friends, welcome. Family, welcome. Allies, welcome. They tried to stop us, but we can't be moved. They tried to stop us, but we can't be moved. Let me hear you say, they tried to stop us,
But we can't be moved! Trying to stop us and we can't be moved!
That's right. We seen the alternative. We seen the alternative. We know what it looks like when we don't speak for ourselves. We know what it looks like when our allies don't speak up for us. It looks like George Floyd. Say his name.
George Floyd!
I can't breathe.
I can't breathe!
That's right. Stop killing us.
Stop killing us! Stop killing us! We're tired!
That's right. 8 minutes and 46 seconds.
This is a peaceful protest!
That's right.
Yes, it is!
Dr. Smith to offer a prayer? We need a prayer. Nia, can you do the prayer? All right, everybody. We need... All right, we're going to have Nia, excuse us, we're going to have Nia start us in prayer. Follow. Excuse me. We're going to have Nia start us in prayer. And after the prayer, we're going to do our tribute to George Floyd. We ask y'all have respect for these people that are in the ground. We are on blood-stained land right now. This land is sacred because we are on it. Our people fought for us to be here today, and we need to stay united throughout this demonstration. All right.
Just talk into it. So everybody just bow your heads and close your eyes. Just have a... Can everybody just bow your heads and close your eyes and we're just going to pray? Dear Heavenly Father, God, I thank you right now. I thank you for justice, God. I thank you for this time for us to use our voices, God. I pray that we will be heard, God. And Lord God, I pray that you will just have your way, God, with the justice system. I pray that every black man that has died, God, I pray that we get justice for them, God. I pray for equality amongst our brothers and sisters, whether black, white, everybody, God. And I pray that you will reign and you have authority over all of us, God. I thank you for this time, and I pray that you will just keep us safe, God. I come against any attack that the enemy may have on us, God. And I pray that we are covered in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen.
Thank you, Nia. Black Lives Matter!
Black Lives Matter!
Blue Lives Matter!
Black Lives Matter!
All right. Now we're going to move on to Sydney, who has prepared a tribute for George Floyd. Say his name.
George Floyd!
Say his name.
George Floyd! Hello, family, can you hear me? Yes! Today, we are gathered here not only to honor the life and legacy of our brother George Floyd, but the other many men and women who have been killed by the hands of corrupt officers and white supremacists. George Floyd was known to his close friends as Big Floyd. He wants you to know about the man he was before he was killed by 4 officers. Big Floyd grew up in Houston, Texas, in Third Ward, Cooney Homes. He was an all-around athlete growing up. He was a starting tight end for Yates High School football team in 1992 when they went all the way to the state championship. Big Floyd was known throughout his community as a peacemaker, a minister, and someone to take advice from. He was a father and a brother. He loved his family and wanted to provide a better future for them. George Floyd moved to Minneapolis to get better working opportunities for himself and for his family. He started driving trucks in Minnesota and went on to also work at a restaurant in Minneapolis as a security guard. He was also known in his job as a hard-working and friendly employee. Everywhere he went, he was the same caring and kind spirit. George Floyd was in Minneapolis on business, far from his family and community, when 4 police officers, Derek Chauvin, Thomas Lane, Tal Theo, and J. Alexander Kuhn, murdered him in broad daylight. It was, in effect, a modern-day lynching, as those police officers served as judge, jury, and executioner on an unarmed, non-violent, handcuffed black man. Video of the incident clearly shows the officer, Derek Chauvin, employing a deadly chokehold as Floyd repeatedly states, "I can't breathe."
He was nonviolent, unarmed, and begging for mercy in broad daylight. Yet all the officers present at the scene continued to use illegal force until it was too late. Though 4 of the Minneapolis officers involved in George's murder have since been fired, and Derek Chauvin has now been arrested and charged with Floyd's murder, his family has yet to receive complete justice for the tragic loss they now face. The remaining officers responsible for this horrible killing must be tried and charged with the murder of George Floyd. The criminal complaint against former officer Derek Chauvin states that he had his knee pressed deeply on George Floyd's neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. And it continued 2 minutes and 53 seconds after George was either unconscious or dead. From what I just described to you and what you saw in that video, we know that Derek Chauvin is not the only one responsible for Big Floyd not being here today. This is not enough. Not just one needs to be arrested, all 4 need to be arrested. What happened to Big Floyd is an example of what has been happening to our people for 400 years. We continue to have the knees of racism, systematic oppression, and white supremacy on our necks. You know, we got a lot of opposition for being at this monument today. But let me explain to you why we are here. We are at this monument because this monument of Confederacy glorifies and celebrates the pain and suffering that we have been feeling for 400 years. We are tired of still having to say, "Stop killing us," and "but" is a response. We are tired. We are no longer listening to the "but" response. We are in a state of emergency. What you have been seeing is a state of emergency. Saying you don't see color is a response we are no longer willing to hear. If you don't see our color, you don't see our pain, our struggle, and our fight. The murder of George Floyd is not an isolated incident. In the words of our sister and a leader who has been impacting the movement for 20 years, Tamika Mallory, we are not responsible for the mental illness that has been inflicted upon our people by the American government, institutions, and those people who are in positions of power. Enough is enough. No justice! No justice! No racism! We are now going to have a moment of silence for 2 minutes and 53 seconds in honor of George Floyd. The 2 minutes and 53 seconds symbolizes the time frame George Floyd laid either unconscious or dead under his murderer, Derek Chauvin's knee.
Please bow your heads in the memory of George Floyd.
Thank you, family. I hope you were thinking about what he may have been feeling. Just imagine, not just 2 minutes, 8 minutes, pleading for your life. Now we are going to honor the names of the fallen. I'm going to call out the names, and then I will say his or her name. And then you repeat the name that I said. Eric Garner. Say it.
Garner.
Say his name.
Eric Garner.
Say his name.
Eric Garner.
John Crawford. Say his name.
John Crawford.
Say his name.
John Crawford.
Michael Brown. Say his name.
Michael Brown.
Say his name.
Michael Brown.
Ezell Ford.
Ezell Ford.
Say his name.
Ezell Ford.
Say his name.
Ezell Ford.
Dante Parker.
Dante Parker.
Say his name.
Dante Parker.
Say his name.
Dante Parker.
Michelle. I can't pronounce her last name, so I'm just going to say Michelle. Say her name.
Michelle.
Say her name.
Michelle.
Laquan McDonald.
Laquan McDonald.
Say his name.
Laquan McDonald.
Say his name.
Laquan McDonald.
George Mann.
George Mann.
Say his name.
George Mann.
Say his name.
George Mann.
Tanisha Anderson.
Tanisha Anderson.
Say her name.
Tanisha Anderson.
Say her name.
Tanisha Anderson.
Akai Gurley.
Akai Gurley.
Say his name.
Akai Gurley.
Say his name.
Akai Gurley.
Tamir Rice.
Tamir Rice.
Say his name.
Tamir Rice.
Say his name.
Tamir Rice.
Romaine Brisbane.
Romaine Brisbane.
Say his name.
Romaine Brisbane.
Say his name.
Romaine Brisbane.
Jerame Reed.
Jermaine Reed.
Say his name.
Jermaine Reed.
Say his name.
Jermaine Reed.
Frank Smart.
Frank Smart.
Say his name.
Frank Smart.
Say his name.
Frank Smart.
Natasha McKenna.
Natasha McKenna.
Say her name.
Natasha McKenna.
Say her name.
Natasha McKenna.
Tony Robinson.
Tony Robinson.
Say his name.
Tony Robinson.
Say his name.
Tony Robinson.
Anthony Hill.
Anthony Hill.
Say his name.
Anthony Hill.
Maya Hall.
Maya Hall.
Say her name.
Maya Hall.
Philip White.
Philip White.
Say his name.
Philip White.
Eric Harris.
Eric Harris.
Say his name.
Eric Harris.
Walter Scott.
Walter Scott.
Say his name.
Walter Scott.
William Chapman.
William Chapman.
Say his name.
William Chapman.
Alexia Christian.
Alexia Christian.
Say her name.
Alexia Christian.
Brandon Glenn.
Brandon Glenn.
Say his name.
Brandon Glenn.
Victor Manuel LaRosa.
Victor Manuel Rosa.
Say his name.
Victor Manuel Rosa.
Jonathan Sanders.
Jonathan Sanders.
Say his name.
Jonathan Sanders.
Freddie Blue.
Freddie Blue.
Say his name.
Freddie Blue.
Joseph Mann.
Joseph Mann.
Say his name.
Joseph Mann.
Sandra Bland.
Sandra Bland.
Say her name.
Sandra Bland.
Michael Saby.
Michael Sadie.
Say his name.
Michael Sadie.
Christian Taylor.
Christian Taylor.
Say his name.
Christian Taylor.
Troy Robinson.
Troy Robinson.
Say his name.
Troy Robinson.
Alonzo Smith.
Alonzo Smith.
Say his name.
Alonzo Smith.
Tyree Crawford.
Tariq Crawford.
Say his name.
Tariq Crawford.
India Kager.
India Taylor.
Say her name.
India Taylor.
Breonna Taylor.
Breonna Taylor.
Say her name.
Breonna Taylor.
Ahmaud Arbery.
Ahmaud Arbery.
Say his name.
Ahmaud Arbery.
Philando Castile.
Philando Castile.
Say his name.
Philando Castile.
Botham Jean.
Dr. G.
Say Jefferson.
Atiana Jefferson.
Say her name.
Atiana Jefferson.
Stephen Clark.
Stephen Clark.
Say his name.
Stephen Clark.
Family, those aren't even all the names.
Not even close.
Not even a tip.
There's more on my list. And if people out there do not realize the pain and struggle we have been going through,
That's right.
how many times do we have to plead for our lives?
Over and over. Very tired.
How many times do we have to say we can't breathe?
I can't breathe.
I can't breathe.
Thank you.
I can't breathe.
Thank you, Cindy. Fired up. Ready to go.
Ready to go.
Thank y'all for coming out again. It's important that we stand here today unified, because united, they can't divide us. Everybody look around you. These are the people that care. Well, I'll say this. These are the people that showed up. That's right. We don't know if you care just because you came. We need to hear you say it. Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter.
We're about to have a few of the elders greet us today. But this is a youth-led affair. Do y'all understand me?
Yes.
This is our event, the Rocky Mountain Black Action Committee.
Money Mountain. Money Mountain.
Y'all are welcome to join us as we move to sustain the legacies of our children. Isn't that right?
Yes.
I don't plan on having children for another 5, 6 years, I mean. But we got to think that far. I got my dad behind me, and my mom not here, fortunately, but my grandma is. And we stand here today as an intergenerational force that will not be shaken. We will not be moved.
We will not be moved.
That's right.
We will not. 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 We will not.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. We've had people come here today from Raleigh, all over, to join us as we stand up for Black Lives. George Floyd, Tamir Rice, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, and the 432 unarmed black men have been killed, black men and women that have been killed since Trayvon Martin. We're gonna turn this over to the elders. Youth, tell the elders, this is our program.
This is our program.
Say, we respect you.
We respect you.
We are one.
We are one.
Stand with us.
Stand with us.
And we will support you.
And we will support you.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, we're gonna turn it over to the elders. To talk about Black lives.
That's right.
We're here to talk about Black lives.
That's right.
All right. If I have Elder Knight come on. Who lives matter?
Black Lives Matter.
Anybody?
Good afternoon, everyone. Fired up.
Ready to go.
Just repeat after me. Fired up.
Fired up.
Ready to go.
Ready to go.
Fired up.
Fired up.
Ready to go.
Ready to go.
Somewhere.
Somewhere.
Somehow.
Somehow.
Right here.
Right here.
Right now. Forward together. Not one step back. When we fight, we win. When we fight, we win. We who believe in freedom cannot rest. We who believe in freedom cannot rest. We'd like to thank the youth of Rocky Mount for putting this march on. And I'm Andre Knight, the president of the NAACP, the Rocky Mount branch in Rocky Mount. And what Cooper Blackwell V just said, we will respect our elders. I stand on the shoulders of those who were killed, murdered, hung from trees like strange fruit, and we shall be respected. We're here for a peaceful protest. We stand in solidarity. I like to take a quote from Fannie Lou Hamer. She said, "This flag is drenched in our blood because you see so many of our ancestors was killed because we never have accepted slavery. We have lived on, but we never wanted. So we know that this flag is drenched in our blood." So what the young people are saying now, give us a chance to be a young man respected as a man. As we know that this country was built on the black backs of black people across this country. And if we don't have it, you ain't gonna have it either. Because we are going to tear it up. That's what the young people are saying. And people ought to understand that. Fannie Lou Hamer said, I don't see why they don't understand that. But they know what they have done to us. All across this country. They know what they have done to us. Fannie Lou Hamer said, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Nobody is free until everybody is free. Youth was a very important part of the civil rights movement. The youth will remain a necessary voice for social change. Ruby Neal Bridge Hall was an American activist known for being the first African American child to attend an all-white elementary school in the South, and when she integrated the New Orleans, Louisiana public school system by a court order. John Lewis was one of the founding members of the former chairman of the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, known as SNCC. Is celebrated all across this country as one of the most courageous young leaders of the civil rights movement. The Little Rock Nine was 9 African American students involved in desegregation of the Little Rock Central High School in Arkansas. 4 little girls on September the 15th, 1963. A bomb exploded during a Sunday morning service in the 16th Street Baptist Church in Birmingham, Alabama. But go down to Aggie Land, Greensboro, North Carolina. It was the Greensboro four college students, young men, who sat at the counter and said, I shall not be moved. The Birmingham Children Crusade, when hundreds of school-aged children marched in Birmingham, Alabama, insisting on they speak to the mayor about the segregation in this city. Someone asked the question, why Black Lives Matter? I'll tell you why they matter. Black lives matter because they are the children, the sisters, the mothers, and the fathers. Just look around. Black lives matter. They matter because the injustice we face, steal from all of us. white people and people of color alike. They steal our very humanity. All lives do matter, but all lives will not matter until Black Lives Matter. It's that what we believe. These young people believe today with Black Lives Matter that 4 years ago what is known as the Black Lives Matter Global Network began to organize. It started out as a chapter-based, membership-led organization with a mission that was to build local power and to intervene when violence was inflicted on black communities by the state and the vigilantes. Black lives matter today. I'm about done. But today, this is a significant place that these young people chose to come to tell our story. See, they told Dr. King not to march across the Edmund Pettus Bridge. And that was a site of conflict through Bloody Sunday. They were armed and attacked by racist cops and troopers with horses, billy clubs, tear gas, and fire hose. But they went on marching up the King Highway. But they bled because this flag is drenched in our blood. This Confederate monument that stands so towering high above all of us today, it depicts a Confederate common soldier that's placed at the top of a Corinthian-style column, white marble stone. That is symbolized strength to infuriate black people. But time has come, not long, how long, that we stand united with our young people, old people, black people, white people, all over this world. So today, I just want to say to our young people today that we appreciate you. We love you in the spirit of humanity and brotherly love. Because we, the elders, were not going to let you stand here alone. We had to circle the wagon because we had a threat from the other side. But all I wanted to say is march on, children. March on. Keep on marching till justice roll down like water and righteousness like a mighty stream.
I have power. Truth to power. Who lives matter? Who lives matter? Welcome, brothers and sisters. Thank you for joining us. We have called the names of the unarmed men and women that have been slain in the street by the police. No justice,
No peace!
no racist police.
No justice, no peace! No racist police!
Thank you. We're going to bring another elder to the stage now. And after that, we will do our call to action. Let me hear you say action. Action. What do we need? Action. When do we need it? Now. What do we need?
Action!
When do we need it?
Now!
All right, Elder Smith. Y'all give it up for Elder Smith.
Thank you. I got old enough now to be called an elder. What I want you to do is I want you to look around where you are. And I want you to bead in on the closest black man. And I want you to realize that if you took away George Floyd's name, you could replace his name with that black man's name. I don't want anybody to get it twisted. I don't want you to think just because you got an education, just because you got money, just because you might have some status, that you too cannot be George Floyd. You've got to understand that this black skin that I wear has been the bane of my existence in this country. That is the reality. And yet, we fought in every war. We voted in every election. We built buildings that they now call monuments. But we cannot get the basic respect, the basic humane respect as a man.
That we deserve.
And we deserve that. This morning, I preached the topic, it's safe to kill black men in America. But enough is enough. We can no longer allow it to be a safe haven for the deaths of black men in America. I need everybody out here to understand something. In 1919, in the summer of 1919, there were over 1,000 lynchings in the United States. It was called Red Summer. And in that Red Summer, the preeminent poet and writer, Claude McKay, was working as a Pullman porter. He's the first intellectual of the Harlem Renaissance. He wrote these words, and I want you to listen to them. I want you to listen to what they say. If we must die, let it not be like hogs, hunted and pinned in an inglorious spot while round us bark the mad and hungry dogs making their mock at our accursed lot. If we must die, oh, let us nobly die, so that our precious blood may not be shed in vain. Then even the monsters we defy shall be constrained to honor us though dead. O kinsmen, we must meet the common folk. Though far outnumbered, let us show us brave, and for their 1,000 blows deal one death blow. What though before us lies the open grave? Like men will face the murderous, cowardly pack, pressed to the wall, dying, but fighting back. That is where we must stand. We must stand on that premise that we refuse to die anymore. If I'm going to die as a black man in this country, I'm going to die with my family around me, an old man. Not because someone has decided that it's my time to die, because I do not deserve the right to breathe a free air like everyone else. Our lungs can hold the capacity of the oxygen of freedom, and we shall have it. We shall no longer die in the street like dogs. They would have called the police on us if we would have killed a dog in the street. They care more about animals than they care about human beings. I refuse to see another black man die in the streets needlessly.
Make them uncomfortable.
But the only way that's going to happen is that everybody has to stand up.
Make them uncomfortable.
When David was on his deathbed, he said to Solomon, I am going the way of the earth, but in all that you do, show yourself a man. I need brothers out here to stand up and be men. I need you to protect your families. I need you to protect your communities. I need you to protect each other. And guess what? White folk, I need you to join in that effort. The onus is not on us to stop racism, it's on you. We need your help. We want you to help us in this effort. We are not saying that we hate you, because guess what? Hate gets you nowhere. We can love you, but let me tell you something. We need you to stand up too, because your silence allows it to happen. We have a president of the United States who continues to stoke the fires of racism, and we must at all costs tell him that we will not have it. You've got yet a few more months and you're out of there, Jack. See you later. Because if you can't be for everybody, then we don't need you to be for anybody.
Yes, sir.
So I need you to vote. I need you to vote. I need you to vote.
He wrote the crime bill.
And I know you might say, guess what? My vote doesn't count, but I'm here to tell you your vote does count. And I'm also here to tell you, and I'm getting ready to get out of here, that if you don't vote for any other reason, guess what? There were some George Floyds before George Floyd who fought that you might have the right to vote. So out of respect for them, out of respect for those historic George Floyds, get out and vote. Make sure you register with the census. Do what you have to do to make a difference in your community.
Black agenda! Black agenda! We must have a black agenda.
And what will happen in the end is that God will bless us. And he will see us through. God bless you. Continue to fight, young people. Because your fight gives me energy. You're my man, Coop. You're all right with me, brother. I don't worry about that social distancing with you, brother. You ain't got nothing.
Choose the power. Let me hear you say power. Power. Black power. Black power. Black lives matter. It's time. It's time for the call to action.
I thought it was dancing time. Well, I'm about to get the booty on.
We're going to dance too. We're going to celebrate today. Because Rocky Mount is different. We're different from Raleigh. We're different from Durham. We're different from Greenville, Tyrone, Princeville, everywhere. That's not Rocky Mount. We stand here together. We stand with our neighbors too. But I'm going to tell you why Rocky Mount is different. Because we have, say it with me, black power. Black power. We have leaders that is committed, dedicated, have fought for years to see that we have development in our neighborhoods. We need a sheet across town. We need more stores than Food Lion across town. We need growth. That's right.
We need constant care.
We need
the palm stick.
We need support. We need support from our school board members.
Put the gun down, cuz.
We need support from our neighbors in moving us forward for equitable development in Rocky Mount.
Right.
We gotta hit them where they hurt. We gotta go after the money. They want us. We have to divest. Stop shopping at businesses that don't care about you. When you see those posts on Rocky Mount Concerned Citizens, when you see them and love Rocky Mount, y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Do I stand alone?
No!
Am I the only one that sees it?
No!
Am I the only one that's saying something?
No!
Y'all see these people and y'all shop and frequent their businesses. Not anymore. It starts today. When? Today.
Today. Right now.
That's right. We want justice. What do we need?
Justice!
When do we need it?
Now!
We want peace. What do we want?
Peace!
When do we need it?
Now!
We want equity. What do we want?
Equity!
When do we need it?
Now!
It's time to do a call to action. If I ask Brother Malik and Sister Dallas to join me up here.
This ain't Murder Mountain, it's Money Mountain.
That's right. It's time to change the narrative, y'all.
Money Mount!
It's time to change the narrative, y'all.
Yeah!
We about to get ourselves together.
Yeah!
It's time to rebuild. That's right. We got 40 black businesses downtown. Go frequent them. Because who lives matter?
Black lives matter!
That's right.
Black businesses!
Fired up! Fired up! It's time for action!
It's time for action!
As we stand here today on the stolen tribal lands of the Tuscarora people, under this vestige of white supremacy, we are seeking change in this place. For George Floyd, for Black lives, for us, we are building and moving forward. Under this vestige of white supremacy, we seek change. We seek justice
Yes!
for George Floyd. We seek justice for Tamir Rice. We seek justice for Ahmaud Arbery. For all Black lives. For all of our lives. We are reclaiming the stories written for us, Wilson Times.
I'm here, brother. I'm here.
And rewriting on our own Rocky Mount Telegram in order to heal and move forward from a past that was stolen from us.
Yes.
This call to action is an invitation to Black people and our allies to heal and organize. Because who lives matter?
Black lives matter!
We are ready to present our national demands for George Floyd. We want a conviction. We want a conviction
All four. Four of them.
for all 4 officers.
Four of them.
We want a conviction for all 4 officers.
More terrorists. More terrorists.
Yeah. All right. Y'all say all right. In instances of physical conflict that results in a death of an unarmed man or woman, we want officers immediately fired, and investigated
Criminal charge.
and charged. We want ubiquitous retraining of all law enforcement across the country, including Nash County Sheriffs, Rocky Mount, Edgecombe County, Scarborough, Wilson, Greenville. Ubiquitous retraining of all law enforcement across the country with curriculum that reflects the realities of implicit racial bias and its impact on law officers' overall conduct. Say businesses in Rocky Mount, we have demands for you. We need to see George Floyd in your window. Say it, we need to see George Floyd in your window. You need to show that you care about us. Don't just tell us with coupons. We need to hear it. We'll take the discount too. But you need to be here and show me what I'm really worth. Ladies, y'all know y'all worth, don't you? Fellas, y'all know y'all worth, don't you? Why they not treating us like we worth something? Say, I can't breathe.
I can't breathe.
My pockets can't breathe.
My pockets can't breathe.
Come on.
He said that twice.
All right, I'm about to turn it over to Sister Dallas. Y'all say, hey, Dallas.
Hey, Dallas.
And she gonna give us our demands for our city.
Y'all please take a breath and take some water. It's hot out here.
Yeah, y'all get some water, cause I thought about to be another situation right then. I seen police go gather. I ran on stage. Yeah, she alright. She needs some water though. Yeah, y'all get some water. Cause she
Fired up. Fired up. I'm a member of the Rocky Mount Black Action Committee. These are the demands for our city. We demand acknowledgement and reparations for the genocide and displacement of indigenous people and the enslavement, societal, political, and economic disenfranchisement of black people. We demand acknowledgement and reparations to black neighborhoods experiencing social immobility and economic drought because of the historic and current disinvestment in black neighborhoods. We demand that we are provided with more minority business development opportunities with less stringent requirements that make it easier for the common person to access information, bidding processes, and property procurement. And last but almost as importantly as the others, the Confederate monument, especially in Rocky Mount, must come down.
No justice, no peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace.
No racist
That part. Okay, I'm Dallas. I'm here again. I just want to say real quick, I am black and gay, and I am not asking police for protection. I am not asking white people for help in this. I'm talking directly to my brothers and sisters in this moment. Our invitation to black brothers and sisters is to focus on building cooperative economics amongst ourselves. We are a wealthy people, a people who were stolen on purpose, not by chance, to build this nation, the richest nation on the planet. I'm the owner-operator of the Harriet Tubman Freedom Farm, which is named after, of course, Harriet Tubman and Fannie Lou Hamer's work. Both were cooperative mindsets that are guiding me now in my work. I see a need for our people in food. I see a need for our people in land. And I'm asking us to divest from corporations that perpetuate our suffering. That perpetuate our suffering. They mock our culture, steal it, and sell it back to you for 10 times more, 100 times more. Protect the black dollar. And I want to remind you of someone with class privilege. I grew up on this side of town, not across the tracks. Rocky Mount is my home. I love this place. I love this park. I want to remind you of someone with class privilege that the black middle class, the black upper class, black Wall Street will not save us. Poor black women, Fannie Lou Hamer, who was barred away from the Democratic National Convention by civil rights leaders who thought she was too stupid to speak up for us. I am not the leader of this movement. Poor black people, I want to see you up at this podium. I want to see you leading our arrest. I want to see you telling me what vegetables you want me to grow on that field if Whitakers, North Carolina come through. We call on our brothers and sisters to activate your individual power, that's spiritual, that's mental, your connection to the divine, to the land, to build your collective power with us. This right here is electric. Do y'all feel this right here? Yeah. That's love. That's divine. Hold on to that. They can never take that away. Support each other in real ways, not just the likes, the tweets, the reposts. Come out to events, and also y'all take your rest. We do not have to do things all the time. We cannot be the ones on the front lines because they'll slaughter us. We deserve to rest. That is action above all else. Build your individual power to then give to your collective. A glass empty can't fill anybody else. And this system, this capitalism, this white supremacy, this, I know there's preachers here, this BS exhausts us. We call on our brothers and sisters to stand with black leadership, which does not just mean politicians and people with badges. What did I just say about Fannie Lou Hamer? Some of these leaders are those single mamas, those boys that just got out of the pen, that have great business skills. Let's follow them. Let's talk to them. Let's see what they need to get built up so that we can transform, not just change, transform the place of this country. We call on our brothers and sisters to stand with black leadership against anti-black racism and bring economic benefits to the most distressed people and areas of Rocky Mount. And I want to say again, this is not charity work. Sometimes we don't need to bring anything to these people. Sometimes they already got the idea, but what's in the way? What's in the way? White supremacy, classism, sexism, homophobia, transphobia. People like me getting yelled at walking into the bathroom. I just have to pee. Leave me alone. We call on our brothers and sisters to stand in solidarity in honor of the legacy of those taken from us in violence. Call the names. Call these names, y'all. George Floyd.
George Floyd.
Breonna Taylor.
Breonna Taylor.
Tony McDade.
Tony McDade.
And I want you all to choose an ancestor right now. Take some time to bring that ancestor into this space. On 3, 1, 2, 3. Rosa Hargrove.
Malcolm X. By any means necessary.
Thank you.
Y'all give it up. We want justice. What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
We want peace. What do we want?
Peace.
When do we want it?
Now.
We want our share of the budget, too.
That's right.
We want reparations. What do we want? Reparations. When do we want it?
Now.
We gotta call for it. You know, people didn't believe that we were gonna go to the moon.
But we did.
But what we do?
We went to the moon.
Uh-huh. So there are people that say, oh, you can't change this. You can't beat white supremacy.
But we will.
We gonna show them how it's done. Say, all right. Are y'all ready to work? Are y'all ready to work?
Yes.
No justice.
No peace.
Whose lives matter?
Black lives matter.
We see you too, allies. Y'all give it up for the allies that stood with us. They didn't give us that all lives matter crap. They know that all lives matter. We know that black lives have not mattered until we start calling for it. They've always mattered to me. They've always mattered to my family. But not to everybody else. They didn't matter during the Atlantic slave trade. Our lives didn't matter when we peacefully protested and was met with dogs and fire hoses. Hey, Mom. They didn't care about us when Obama got elected. Come on now.
Yeah. Obama didn't care either.
That was Big Man.
So
So who lives matter?
Black Lives Matter!
You gonna care today. You gonna learn today.
That's right!
Black Lives Matter. Let me say it one more time. Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter!
No justice.
No peace!
I can't breathe.
I can't breathe!
Thank y'all for coming out today. The people behind us that stood with us today, all of you that marched with us today, thank you for coming. We thank the Nash County Sheriff's Department for assisting us as they should. We thank the Rocky Mountain Police Department for making sure that we are safe today, as we should. We thank the fire department for being on standby, as they should. We thank the Davis Property Group for donating. The Davis Property Group is building homes downtown. We holding you accountable too, but we're gonna frequent your business, sir. We're gonna frequent those apartments that's made for us and everybody. We're gonna frequent our black businesses. And we're going to fight white supremacy.
That's right! That's right!
White silence equals violence.
White violence equals violence!
Who lives matter?
Black Lives Matter!
Thank y'all for coming today. This was put on by the Rocky Mountain Action Committee. We're going to tell you today how you can get involved with George Floyd's family, how you can donate to his cause. Families need peace in this time, but they also need money. We have experienced systemic inequities that despite the best college degree in America and your lucky chance with a Fortune 500 company, you still might not get hired. So there are social inequities that we have to address. This should bring social mobility. Y'all say it with me, social mobility.
Social mobility!
Big word.
We need to be the rich class, right? Us too. Say me too.
Me too!
Okay, so we're gonna stand together and we're gonna keep doing this. The Rocky Mountain Black Action Committee. We did not make that other flyer, by the way, fighting crime.
Okay.
Stop spreading lies.
Stop spreading lies! Stop spreading lies!
Can't tell them, stop trying to tell our stories.
We cannot tell our story!
We can tell our own stories. Ask us for the press release.
Okay?
We tired of begging you to print it.
Okay?
All right? Who lives matter?
Black Lives Matter!
It's hot out here. I say for love. But that's all right. This is what we're going to do. We're about to end this. The people who helped organize this event, wave your hand in the air if you helped organize this. We need help. We need more people to stand with us on issues that matter right here in Rocky Mountain. We got to show them how peaceful protest leads to change, which leads to better schools, which leads to better health care and education, which leads to better jobs, which leads to better opportunities to participate, which leads to better
Black lives.
black lives. There we go, right? Thank you. That's it. All right, listen, I want to be very clear. Very clear. Everybody hear us clearly today. The Rocky Mountain Black Action Committee is going to continue to organize. We are going to move and we are going to be a force in this city. All right? In order for us to do this, we have to exit today peacefully. Do y'all hear me? We have to make a difference Because everybody is watching. Everybody wants to know. Guess who? It was them who spread the lies that said this was not going to be a peaceful protest. It was the opposition who said that. We know what we came here to do today. I came here to make it back home. That's why I came here today. I came to make it back home.
That's right, huh? You better talk about it.
We'll have our time to turn it up. And we're going to have to. But that doesn't mean, we're not turning it down either. Don't get us confused. But that doesn't mean that we have to do so in a manner that's violent. No violence. We don't have to do this in a manner that's beneath us. We can stand together as a people, and we can make things shake. But if they don't listen, no justice,
No peace!
they heard us loud and clear today, y'all. Let's make it home safely. The Rocky Mount Black Action Committee does not condone violent rioting of businesses in our city.
Right, brother.
We will not destroy our city that has a majority black leadership. We will not destroy our city that has 40 businesses, black businesses downtown. We will not destroy our city that just got some pretty new restaurants on 301. But we need to see some billboards with George Floyd's name on it.
Go up, not down.
We're going to keep moving up. We're going to keep moving forward. But today, we will peacefully go home. But guess what, y'all? Guess what, y'all? They shaking up. They scared. They worry now. Because they didn't think we could come out here and have a peaceful protest. They just knew we was going to act like us. But look, how do we act just like us? And how did it turn out? That's right. And we're going to brag about it tomorrow. We're going to brag about it on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. We're going to go to Rocky Mount Concerned Citizens and wake them up. We're going to go to Lord Rocky Mount and wake them up. Hey, fighting crime. You can't write a story today.